Hello and welcome to another episode of the GameHammer Live Game Coding Show, and apparently my camera is just not working today. Let me just sort this out. Camera, move a little bit, please. My goodness, camera. Wow. Yeah, that's... Alright, apparently that's what we get. Yeah, okay. I'll sort that out later. Who's in the chat? Who do we have in the chattity chat? The chat is where it's at. We have Sir Patrick Furlong and Melody the cat. Yes, and all of those noises to go with it. I have no idea why. Why is my camera off like that? I've got to sort this out. Is it because of what we were sorting out yesterday? No, it's not even sorted out from yesterday. What's going on with my camera? What? This is insane. Right, just give me a moment. I'm going to leave the technical difficulties bit there. There, now I feel like I've actually got a proper size on the camera. What the hell was that? There we go. We have Sir Patrick Furlong and Melody the cat. Hello there, saying, yay, I approve of game coding. So do I. Cheers. Tonight's beverage of choice is Tango. Yes, makes your tan go. They should market that. They should absolutely market that. As you spray on tan gone wrong, did you manage to burn yourself when you're on holiday? Get some Tango. We have to put that in. Oh, we've got to have some kind of disguise system. Yes. We've got to have some kind of disguise system in the RPG where you can tan yourself in order to appear like the tall, dark and handsome stranger from the foreign lands. And then once you've done that and you have to go into another area, you can use Tango to get rid of it. And we can put in some commentary on skin whitening and beauty standards in the Far East and stuff like that. I don't know. Actually, Cherry Tango is quite nice. I don't know. Does my coding count as live game coding if I'm doing it on the other monitor at the same time Grandma is also coding? All coding is done live. Whether you're recording it and showing it to the world is another matter. So, yes. Oh, I have no idea what I'm talking about doing. We have Retro Rambles. How you doing, man? This is a rare Friday stream, and I'm not complaining. Yeah, it's one of those situations. I want to do live streams on a Friday. I like doing the Monday to Friday streams. I kind of like an occasional one on the weekend as well. Hey! But, and here's the big thing. The fact is, the family turn up on weekends. I'm going to spend time with family. I live hundreds of miles away from the majority of my family. If they're visiting, I'm going to prioritize that because it's rare. Sorry, guys. It's how it is. Do we need a TV license in order to watch this live? I am not being broadcast live on national television, therefore you do not need it. I'm not a TV channel, and anyone who claims that you need a TV channel in order to watch me stream to you has no leg to stand on. It'd be the same thing as trying to claim that you needed a TV license in order to use FaceTime or Messenger video or WhatsApp's video system or anything like that. I am broadcasting from my house to your house. I am not a commercial TV provider. Therefore, this can't be considered as live broadcast television. Even though I have the quality and the standards that exceeds some live broadcast television. Not all, but some. So no, you don't need a TV license. Yep, there's a... Give me a second, guys. There's a piece of my chair that occasionally slides forward and starts trying to poke through the leather into the back of my leg. So I had to push it back into place. Hello to Garrett Spencer. How you doing, man? I think you might be new to the channel. Welcome. I'm going to turn this second camera off because the cat's not here. But you end up seeing me in profile, and I look a bit like weird when seeing in profile. You can see the bit that you would see on Judge Dredd. It's not quite the same, is it? I don't quite have the the pizzazz of Judge Dredd. Right, I'm just going to move the window capture Wow, it's just showing me. Now there's two of me. This makes no sense. Why is this here? Right, guys, let's get into this. Let's go straight to the main event. Yeah, the cat's not here, so we'll turn off the extra camera. So I'm now going to move this down to here like that, so I can still tell what's going on, but it's out in the corner. And pop this up. Hi there, and who else do we have in the chat? We have Mario Russo. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. I hope you're all having a good night. She's still hiding in the living room. No, she's Jen is in the other room just watching stuff on YouTube, and the cat's just cuddling up with her. Right, let's do this. So, I think I'd be good on hospital radio. I used to be on hospital radio. No, I am not even joking. Jen and I used to have a show on what became called CPR, Chorley Preston Radio. And that was not because of me. That was because of her. Jen already had a show. I came along and joined in. And that's where we started finding out that I could do funny noises. Like, ha 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 ha. So I did the noises and the effects for her show. And mostly just stayed out the way. And that became the working system that became how the Monday Club runs. So yeah, I was on hospital radio as a soundboard. That kind of thing. That was pretty much what I did. Jenny is also shouting that I did Quacky Ducky. But that was the origin of Quacky Ducky. Yes. Jen, stop shouting and come through. Jen is trying to tell me that I also did several songs. So we'll come back to the game in a moment that we're building, because of course now you're going to need to know what songs I did as Quacky Ducky. Now here was the. You get that vibe from me and Jenny with our channel. Yeah, we're from radio. You can tell by the face. This ain't a face for TV. So we did all this stuff. Right, I'm going to do one of the things that I used to do. The Quacky Ducky would come in. He was floated in a paddling pool by his monkey butler, Robert Monkton, who was also known as Rubber Monkey. And he would go, this is what I did on radio. It's ridiculous. And Quacky Ducky would then announce the next song, providing the the listeners could work it out. And it would go a little like this. Quacky, what's the next song? That kind of thing. We did stupid things to make people happy on hospital radio. And then Rubber Monkey would take Quacky Ducky back out of the sound room, the broadcasting suite, in order to not get water all over the controls. It's stupid crap like that. We used to do it all the time. Got an idea for an adventure involving the way you introduce your streams. Castle of Illusion, Stream of Illusion, or however you phrase it. I have no idea why you've suddenly become some kind of former pirate. Possibly because I was playing on Assassin's Creed 4 earlier on. Arr, Jim lad. The hell am I on? And also, I'm here to be covered in popcorn. I did have some popcorn earlier on. For the millions watching around the world and the thousands in attendance, let's get ready to rumble! I know that one as well, yeah. He copyrighted that during his career so that no one else could use it. That's not even a joke, that's just what he did. Can't fault him for protecting his IP. Right, we need to work all this out. So what does this do again? Right. He was good. Yeah, he was. Oh, yes. Okay, right. This switch moves that boulder, if I remember correctly. So we're going to have a look at that first to make sure that it's all working. So edit this one if you yeah, broken lever. Oh yeah, pyramid boulder switch equals on if we select that. So check this, edit pyramid boulder switch is on, then it's that, yes, and then we leap across it. Okay, there we go. Okay, right, so that's sorted, so we can get into here. That's what gets us into the second area, which we then have to sort our way through. It's a big maze, that was the whole point, in order to get to there. And we have different ranges for this. Range 1, range 2, range 3. Range 3 is quite dangerous. We're going to have some patrolling guys as well. But before we can do the patrolling guys, I'm going to have to draw them. Because we don't have them so far. The only things we've got in here are the mummies. So if I go up to database, enemies, we have a mummy and a step mummy. We need the extra patrolling character, the creature, the thingamajig. I am going to close down Discord because that would be taking a bit of resources while we open up Photoshop because we need to create a new character. And I've got a lot of stuff going on in here. Do we have? No, we don't. We don't have it open. Okay. So we need to go to where we can find my documents. Where was it? Is it in miscellaneous to sort? I think it's still in here, isn't it? GameHammer Quest. There it is. Images. There we go. Enemies. Where's our mummy? There it is. Right, that's the size of thing we've got to play with. It's not huge, but it's not what you do with it. That's what counts. Right, we're going to save this now. So, mummy 1. No, this one's going to be a daddy. So we had some mummies. Now we're going for daddies. Why have we got different... What? I don't care what file size it is. Right. So, let's have a white background for this and create a sketch. Right, here we go. Right. First of all, I'm going to close this down a little bit so I can still see you guys. Right. We need... Wow! I'm getting a bit of heat coming out. Doesn't like this. Am I still streaming okay? My CPU is at 8.3%. Broadcasting at a reasonable standard. 7.8%. So, interesting. Hi Miller, how you doing? First thing I hear is Zoe saying, no, this thing is going to be a daddy. Not asking, don't even want to know. It's a different kind of mummy. We're creating a different kind of mummy. A daddy. I may be making crap up as I go along. I don't care. Right, we need the ultimate pencil hard. No. Do we just have a... No. Yeah, Kyle's ultimate pencil. It's hard. Okay. Oh, yeah. Right, I need to move some games out of the way because I've got a lot of stuff in here that really shouldn't be. Right, if the cat's not here, I'll use that shelf. And there's my Game Boy as well because I was playing that. Right, I've got... Right, I've got my graphics tablet out. Did you hear about the constipated mathematician? He worked it out with a pencil. Yes, that is how we roll here, downhill and at speed. Let's do this. We're going in for drawing a daddy. Oh, the things we do. Right, I'm going to need a blue pencil because I always use blue when sketching. This is RPG Maker and we're creating a new character, a new monster.
Oh, right, so this is your daddy.
Yes.
Like a mummy, only different.
Yeah. Do you want to come in and say hi?
Hi. Ooh, thank you so much. Yoink!
It's a good thing I've got a third one. Let's do this. Is that not it? There it is. So we got right. I need a kind of bulky looking guy. So the mummy is kind of walking around, that kind of standard thing. This guy is going to be like a big thug. So that we're going to need his arms to come down like this. He's going to, yeah, and he's going to. He should have a huge muscular frame because he's big and he's hard, and tiny legs just because it's funny. Right, there's his yeah. Right. Yes, boss. That kind of thing. And there's his feet. I'm clearly used to drawing people with shoes on, as you can tell. So there's his basic design, and then a big, chunky head with a huge cleft chin. He's a daddy. Who's your daddy? And massive fists. There's his fist. We don't need no frickin' AI to draw a character. There we go. There's his big chunky fists. There we go. Okay. When I did my HND, there was a young lad who had precisely that frame. Massive upper body, legs like twiglets. Welcome, Melody. How do I normally introduce my streams? I don't know. I just sort of start. I sometimes do the welcome watchers of illusion to the castle of confusion, but to be honest with you, that's just me taking the piss out of Nightmare, you know? Right, we're going to need some big muscles now. Big arm and muscles, so he's a big boy. Oh, yeah. That is, and forearms that you could use as pork shanks or something like that. There's his big arms. Huge musculations. Oh, we've got to have the big shoulders, yes. There we are. There's his big shoulders. So he's the daddy. There you are. That's big bulky legs, and there we go. Right. There we go. I should start a run where I just become more and more dismissive and abusive about the games. Oh wow, we're playing this shite again. Yeah, 3 hours. I won't get back. That's up. It's almost like you didn't watch Dark Souls last night. Oh man, I was not in the mood for that. I was in a lot of pain, and it kind of came out. Sorry guys. Right, there's his pecs, those tiny nips, and a big honk and conk. That, and big eyes, and a bit of, a couple of things there. There, and he's got his cleft chin. Right, that's what he looks like. That's a daddy. So that's our sketch. Now I'm going to go over it with a new sketch and reduced size of things, so I can work this out. We need to now draw. That's what we've got as our basis. So now we've got to try and work out how many of the bandages he's going to have still on him. So I'm thinking bandage, forearms, the occasional one here, And then some trailing off bandages as well. And that'll come down there like that. Still think he looks Master Splinter or Shredder. Right, there's his thumb coming up. Occasional bits of bandage here and there. Right. He's got massive, massive arms. Massive forearms like that. He's more using his bandages as sports tape at this point, but that's okay. Right, there we go. And around that, like that. I'm not trying to be funny. He looks like Chris. He blinded himself using one of the lights. Oh my goodness. Sorry to hear that, dude. Right. Yeah, we'll have another set of bandages over here. Like that. And that's yeah, collarbone, yeah. Like that, yeah. You've got to have a slight twist because bones aren't straight. And then big shoulder muscles. And down like that, yeah. Gotta have the nips. Hi Martin, how you doing, man? Ruined Sentinels would be fun watch. Are they the weird ones that we got to last night? Right, now here's the middle. So he's gonna have some bandages here and there across his body like that. And down on here. There's his elbow. Right. The three of them. Right. I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll be fun. What we saw of them looked interesting. Let's put it that way. 2, 3, and 4. Hands are massive. That's fine. Got a little bit selectively, artistically designed bandage rips. He's going to have bandages instead of shorts. That's how it's going to be. There we go. This is ridiculous. I love it. Right, big knobbly knee. Yeah, there we go. Right, come around like that. And huge feet with a massive knobbly toe. There we go. There's his toenails on the top. You don't need a huge amount of them. Right. The biggest issue I've got with drawing from toes is that my feet are deformed, so I can't use myself as a reference. That's not even a joke. Nurses, when I was born, thought I would never walk. So we're going to put a few wraps on there. There we go. So there. Massive toe. With that on there, and then a few wraps here and there. So I don't have to draw the rest of the foot. No, I'm not Rob Liefeld. Don't suggest it. There we go, and there we are. And it's just messed up removing an ingrown toenail. I know I have a velociraptor-like claw in another foot. Okay, I'm going to show you something. You know how your usual foot, when you see a footprint, looks a bit like that. You've got the inner part of your foot doesn't show up, and then you've got the toes. That's how it usually is, yeah. This is what mine looks like. And I'm not even kidding. I have a number 7 instead of a foot because of the way the bone is bent. Like, seriously bent. And then you have the toes. And they're all slightly off to one side instead of being spaced out. That's just what I work with. That's how I go. Weirdly, though, it means that I run incredibly quickly. Does it affect my walking? Yeah, if you ever see me walking in a video, you'll notice I slightly wobble a bit. Right, do we need... In years to come, this is how we realised we could tell you were a replicant. What? And the fact that most of you have never seen me in person, and I may, in fact, just be AI generated. You can never tell. Right, let's do this. Oh. Hi, Colin. How you doing? I'm going to put a few underlines on him as well, like that, with his huge ears. There you go. His big bulgy. This is very all over the house. If you've ever seen my comics, all over the house, this is how I draw them. This is the all over the house art style. Ridiculous. Over exaggerated and ridiculous. Right, there's his big. Oh, yeah, there's his chin. You love all of this. Oh, thank you. There we go. And he's not happy. Also, he's got a comb over. There we go. What version of Photoshop is this? Photoshop 2025. And there's his lip. Version 1 Covered Monkey Edition. Right, I've kind of got it. Right, so that's the basic thing. Oh, hang on. It needs a belly button. There. So reduce that down. And now we're going in for ink. Now we ink it all, and we need the proper style of brush for this. So we're going to go for hard round pressure size, and since the outline size 9. Right, let's do this. So no, 800%. Okay, let's go for size 6 and see if we can do. That does not feel like a hard pressure. What's wrong with this? Yeah, it is though. Okay, we'll go for it. Right. Now we just carefully draw the entire thing. Yep, like that, and come around with all of our weird artwork. There we go. Oh, good grief. Right, bring him down like this. There's a. His feet are ridiculous. I kind of like how ridiculous they are. I love it. It's ridiculous. Oh, yeah. Right, bring him down like that. And bandages that. Yeah, there we go. Bandaged and that. Since the arm is in the foreground, we're going to draw that before the leg. Yep, there we go. And drew the leg round it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then there's the foot. Right, they're almost done now. And bandages. Yep, there we go. Big, ridiculous face. And big, googly eyes. Come around like that. Yeah, there we go. So his head should come down a bit further, really, shouldn't it? So let's remove that. Is this going to be a remake of All Mummy? No, this is just the daddy that's going in as a wandering boss. There we go. That kind of works. Yeah. Right, we need some detailing now, so go down a few extra levels on the thickness of the brush. Oh, no. Come on, I need the hawk-like nose. There it is, hawk-like nose. And... Yeah, there we go. A little bit more detail there. Right, let's draw these in now. Oh. There we go. On that side, right, this side, there's the big bandage. The rest are sort of additions to it, so we'll draw them in afterward. Right, we're starting to get there now. The guy doing live coding, I think he's doing a Sonic clone in BASIC. Cool. That is pretty cool. The Spectrum's fun to code for. So that's the Amstrad. I like all the old systems with the limitations of them, because you have to really be creative to get what you want from them, which is nice. And down, across there. And there's his thumbnail. Okay. Got that on the other monitor, see if we can pull it off. Hey! Oh man, I'm so tired tonight. Going to the hospital and getting poked and prodded all day is really taking it out of me. Add an extra bit there, so there's his fingers, fingernails. Gotta have your fingernails, otherwise it doesn't look like a hand properly. There we are. And he's got his bits and bobs over there, then, and down to his belly button there. Then we've got all the bandages across, and we don't have to worry about what they look like so much, because the majority of his arm is covering stuff up, which is good. Right, now we do the toes. And that's, yep, that, and, yep, oh, no, that. Big toes on either side have big toenails. Yep. There's the, oops, oop. Get the bandages in correctly, yes. And down. There we go. Right, now just need the final little details. And yeah, and like that. Right. There's our daddy. Who's your daddy? There he is. Right. If I can just, for goodness sake. But now just center him on the screen a bit more. View, snap. He feels more like centered there. Right, view, turn snap off. Right. Now for the usual thing, magic wand tool, select. That will do. Select, inverse. Select, modify, contract by 1 pixel. Right, there's our base color. Base color will be, I'm going to have him as a sort of off green, but a sort of sickly yellowy green. Yeah. Okay. That's his base color. Right. Now we go in and tidy that up so that it's not taking colors that aren't there. Like that bit. And over his hair as well. And then we'll paint in the bits that we've accidentally just undone. There we go. Right. There we go. And now we're getting somewhere. He's a bit of a green mean machine, isn't he? Right. Eyes, we'll do those first, so they'll be sort of off yellow, which is the colour mine will go if my liver goes any worse. Oh yeah, there we go, off yellow. And then highlight them with white in the middles for brightness. And we'll say his eyes are blue, because why not? Right. Now we're going to do dark hair for what he's got left. There we go. Right. Let's go back to what we got for a standard. That is our hard brushes. Why is my hard brush so bad? Weird. We'll go for a 3. That kind of works. No, I'm not going to put hair on his chest. We'll be here all night. Let's leave it at that. A quick highlight of his comb over with grey there, with brown now. Right, let's do this. So we need to go back to our greens now and darken down some of the areas to give them a bit of shadowing, bit of shade, bit of definition. Yeah. Yeah, it's starting to come together now. Very much starting to come together now. Yes, this is looking nice. This is looking like what we want. And down there, I will answer the questions in the comments in a moment. Don't worry, guys. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to get this guy done because drawing wasn't what I had planned tonight. Finishing off that area of the maze is what I was planning. By the way, we might not see James Pets for a while. He's off on holiday, so I hope he's having a good time. There we go, around there a bit like that. Yes. And there, yep, there's chinny chin chin. Right. And there's this lower part of his ear. Yeah, getting there for the lower areas. There we go. A little bit of shadowing around there for his muscle tone. Yes. And a little bit on his eyes like that. A little bit on his nose. Like that. Yeah, there we go. Right, so he's now shaded. Lighten him a bit as well. On his bald head. A little bit on his back. He's lit from behind a little bit. Do-do-do-do. Yep, now he's starting to come together. Lighten some of his nails. Yeah, this is starting to give him a bit of tone. He looks a bit like a Ninja Turtle, doesn't he? Right, now we're getting somewhere. Right, there we go. Okay. I think that's about it for his toning. Maybe we can do a little bit here. Oh, yeah, pectoral muscles and all that. Yeah, there we go. Okay. You're only using AI graphics in your venture as a placeholder so you can commission someone to do them. Yeah, don't worry about it. Hi, Crooked Vulture. How you doing? Good to see someone drawing rather than just typing in an AI prompt. I'm an artist. I've been learning to draw for years. And to be honest with you, if I started using AI now, it would probably take me longer to write the prompt to get what I want from it than it would to just draw it. That's just how it is. Right, let's do this. So slightly green on his bandages. Let them look rotten. I'm actually going to change that. That looks all right, but I think slightly browned bandage might be better to make it look a bit older. Oh yeah, that looks better. Yes, that's it. That's what we want. That's what we want. Brown looking bandages. Bit old, bit rotten, bit smelly. That's exactly what we need. Oh yes, now I am happy. I'm a happy monkey. There we go. Oh, hang on. There's only 2 layers on the benches. That, yep, there we go. Coming round like that. Yes, there we go. 1, 2, 3. That. Down, 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 down. And I've just realised that we've got a little bit of extra around there. That shouldn't be coloured in. There we go. Ooh, there we go. Get down to there. That's nice. That looks good. Right, there we go. Quick extra around here. We do a few more bits. And then we're pretty much done. And then we'll have our daddy for going into the maze. Although I've just realised we probably need to generate an animated character for him, don't we? Because, well, we don't have one. Right, there we are. Right, there we go. So he's our daddy. Right, now we need a shadow for below him. And we'll just do that as black with an opacity of about 30-odd%. That'll do. And go for a 9 on the base now. He's a big dude, so we'll have a big shadow base. There we are. Right, now turn all of that off and filter, blur, Gaussian blur on that. Yep, there we go. And there we are. So he's got his ground. That's our daddy. Who's your daddy? AI isn't necessarily bad, it's just too much slop, especially on Instagram. Yeah. That's the problem. AI has its place. I'm saying that as an artist who I can guarantee my work was stolen. My work was stolen by AI because all webcomic artists' work was stolen by AI. Absolutely guarantee that. So, let's go to Misks to Sort. Down to here. GHQuest. Guarantee that it was. SV Enemies, it's in here, isn't it? And this is where the mummy is. Mummy 1, yep. So Daddy 1 goes in there. And we'll put it in the other one as well. Export as PNG into misc sort. GHQuest images and enemies in here as well, wasn't it? Yes. Daddy one. There we go. Replace. Lars Starmer wants to pass on the behest of Amazon, Google, etc. Everyone's creative work will have to be stolen by AI. That sounds about right. Right. Yeah, save that before I quit. Right. And that's it. That's what we need. So now we're going to bring it in. Going back to RPG Maker Tools. Resource Manager. Images of enemies. Is the daddy in there already? Daddy is there. Preview him. Yes, there he is. He's the wrong way round. We did this last time. He's the wrong way around. I come back to desktop. There's all kinds of stuff on my desktop. You might even notice some ChatGPT stuff on there as well. I'm not going to hide the fact that I have tried it out. In fact, I made a video on my vlog channel where we were talking about stuff. So yes, I do know of which I speak when I say that all of us have had our art stolen, because I got it to generate art that looked like my art. That's how I know. So if I go to here, no, this is the wrong thing, actors, enemies. If I go to here, go into here and quickly look up where's mummy. Where's the mummy? Yeah, it needs to be the other way around. Right, so daddy1.png. Okay, here he is. Looking pretty good. Tools, flip horizontal, save. That's the daddy and all the other ones. Some are looking the other way. That's interesting. I didn't know. I didn't realize that they could. Huh. I love that one. We've got to find a way to put that in. It's like some kind of Pokemon thing. In fact, there's a fair amount looking the other way, but I didn't want them to. So yeah, there's the Momet. Yeah, okay. Right, enemies that way. So SV enemies now. Mummy is looking that way as well. So we need the daddy too. Daddy cool. He looks really like he's about to throw down. I like it. I just realised we haven't shaded his stuff. Huh. We didn't shade the bandages. Never mind. Right, we'll put him in now. Right, so he's there. So we need to now generate an enemy. Tools. Character generator. There we go. Right, let's do this. So, skin color green. Yeah, skin color is green. Clothing. Not much option for clothes. I just want him to look, you know, correct. Where's his hair? Front hair, turn it off. Rear hair, turn it off. Right, he's looking bald now. Like that. Big bushy eyebrows, yes. Deep brown because he's the daddy. He's got no bloody needs a big honk and conk. There we are. Mouth. There we are. So now he's starting to look right. And now he's got sunken eyes. All I want is him to be barely what. Okay, that's starting to look right, isn't it? Kind of. That's starting to look right. Okay, yeah. Accessory. No, we don't need any of those. No glasses. Right, that's starting to look about right for a daddy. This is what he'll look like when he's wandering around. That's what we want. Okay. Walk character. Export that. Characters. No, we want to put them into enemies, don't we? No. Go back. SV enemies. No. Where would we put him? You have to go into enemies, surely. Where would we... They've got to have somewhere, haven't they? There's got to be a place to put the... Right, we're going to go through... I'm going to put them in enemies. No. Pictures? No. System? It's all the game overs and all that. I'll have a look at them later. Tile sets? Dungeon tile sets? No. Titles? Oh, they're the overlays for during the title sequence. Yeah, we don't need that yet. I actually don't know where to put him. Got to put him into characters, I suppose, since like everyone else is here. Daddy_1. Close that. Damage your character. Export that. Let's go 1. Did you know there's a possible mission 3 in the works for CC4? I didn't. Daddy_2 now. Close. Battler, the battler, export that. Daddy_3. Face image. Don't really need that. I'll export it anyway. In case we need one to talk. Save the settings. Oh, now that's interesting. Where are we? Daddy_1. Right. Okay. Hang on, clothing. Subcolors. We can change the substitute colors. Okay. It hasn't really made much of a difference. Close that. Right. Okay, let's do this. Tools. Database. Let's do this. Right. We need to now create enemies. The daddy. The image will be the daddy. We can change his hue if we ever want to. Right. His maximum hit points are 3,000. Maximum magic, 1,000. Attack will be 35. Defense, 28. I'm making these up as I go. Magic attack, 50. Magic defense, 12. Agility, 17. Look, 30, I don't know. 250 XP and 500 gold. Argue. Let's add an extra skill. What extra skills could he have? He will have strong argument. He will have harsh remarks. He will also have the ultra burn. We don't often see that. The proof of making things as we go along. Yes. And the items he will drop will be, let's have a reductio ad absurdum with a 1 in 50 probability. Also have the item smelling salts in a 1 in 4. And the weapon browbeat at a 1 in 10. Okay. Right, he's the daddy. Apply. Right, what's going on? Let's see what's going on. So we've got in the chat Specky Block doing the live coding. Yeah, I know that. Right. You're porting Shufflepod Alpha to C64 tomorrow. There's a trick invite. You can copy a line of text from that and then paste it into GAC running invites. Excellent. That's a good thing. Was selling the CPC with the monitor a good thing or bad thing in the day? Really good thing for a lot of houses. I wouldn't have had a CPC if that hadn't happened, because there was no way that my dad, who is a film buff and a TV enthusiast, was going to give up control of the TV for the home computer. So a computer that came with its own screen, perfect. And that's why we got an Amstrad. And I wasn't alone in that. There was a lot of people like me. So, yeah. And I'm glad that happened because it's great. But, oh, right. This is the area. Is it possible? No, it isn't. Right. For other things, it increased the price a lot. It put it into the same, well, about the same bracket as the BBC instead of the Commodore and Spectrum, which meant that we eventually became third place. But for a lot of time, it was a fight between the BBC and the Amstrad CPC for third and fourth position. And it's resulted in a lot of games not coming to the Amstrad and things like that, which is not great, but what can you do? Right, let's create a new thing now. Wandering Daddy. Its image will be... Where is it? Daddy. There it is. Right, there's the daddy. Okay. He moves slowly and has a random movement. But trigger player touch will take you to a battler. Where's the battlers? Battle processing. Direction. Oh. Ooh, we can't have... It's not there yet. Huh. Cancel that. Okay. Cancel that. Oh, apply that. Okay. So yeah, so we'd end up without it, but it meant that the Amstrad didn't sell as much as it could have. We only ended up with I think it's like 4 million worldwide, whereas the Commodore 64 sold about 8 million, so we got half the sales. But it's as good, if not better, as an all-rounder system. It's definitely better for gaming, almost as good. And that's just how it is. You pay your money and take your chance, don't you? So, am I using a graphics tablet? I am. In fact, guys, if I bring up, I think it's this one here. Hello, you can see my hands. This is the graphics tablet I'm using. It's a large Intuos 4, I think it is. Intuos Model 4, yes, from Wacom. I've had it for years. Graphics tablet and stylus. You cannot beat this combination. It is perfect for drawing. Any kind of drawing or touch-ups, that's what you need. That's literally what you need. That's what you want. If you're doing any kind of art, you need a graphics tablet. So, hi Colin, how you doing, man? We're talking about what's going on. Starmer on his way out. Do I think he's on his way out? Yes. He's tied far too closely to Mandelson, and I think it's actually going to damage Farage as well. Because both of them said good things about Mandelson. What is this that I've got here? I've got a little... Oh, it's this. Right. I've got a little icon on the top of my screen of a rocket ship. And I think it's actually RPG Maker. So, yes. No one in Labour can take over from him. He's the best of a bad bunch. That is a problem in all political parties right now. You've got 1, 2, if you're lucky, main players, and no one else coming to the forefront. We have no good leaders in all of politics. It's simple as that. Yeah. My son gave me one worth 200 quid. Need to start using it. That's a good price on a thingamajig. Yeah, on a graphics tablet. Go for it. Give it a try. And practice is one that makes perfect. James Scott, how you doing, man? Do you have any good reference material for programming probabilities in games? Absolutely none. It would be great if there was some available. There probably are, but I can't recommend any because I don't know. Probabilities are something that humans just don't do very well. We're terrible with it, so I hope that you find some that you need. Good luck. Oh, excuse me. My goodness, there's a lot of bubbles in these things. A Tricket Delta player says, hey, Pice. Paisanos, it's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. I never watched that, sorry. Sorry to say, never watched it. Wasn't something that was on when I was a kid. It's one of those things. Right, we need to now do, is it database again? Troops. Ah, here we are. This is the troops. We need to set the troops. We need to set the daddies. Wandering Daddy, we'll call them. Wandering Daddy. We're going to add a Daddy. And there's just going to be the one. Conditions are don't run. Okay. You want me to do your graphics for your adventure? I have a lot of work on. As you can probably tell. So, if you want graphics, send me some reference material and details of what you need drawing, because the Famous Five have a very definite style, as I remember from the books. So if you want that, then I can do something similar, but it'll be difficult for me to do it 100% to the original artist's style. But I'll get to it when I get to it. It won't be quick, I'll tell you that straight off, because I am overworked, but I'm not going to say no. We can certainly give it a try. Right, let's try this. Direct destination, Wandering Daddy. There we go. We've got the Wandering Daddy. You can escape and you can lose. If escape, you manage to evade the giant rotting carcass. But for how long? There you go. If lose, game over. And where is the game over? Where is the game over? Oh, I know there is one. Is it on the game over? There we are. If win, nothing. Okay, right, there we go. Asking about possible salary. I honestly don't know. We'd have to work something out depending on how much work is involved. Because, like I say, I am massively overworked at the moment. I am putting these guys everywhere. It's daddies all the way down, baby. Loads of them. They're going to be wandering around all over the place. The whole point of it. There we are. Right. Actually, I'll move him to there. Right, there we go. There's our Wandering Daddy. And if we can get through all of that, which is going to be a problem, then there. Right, we need to get down to that. So let's give this a try, shall we? Save and begin. Is it going to actually work today? Is it going to crash or is it going to work? Okay, the daddies are wandering. And it crashes. It's going to be a tough one to get through all of these, because once you've opened that, you've got to then get back to here. Round, down, through there, and then to get over to there, up there, you have to come in here and past that guy somehow, up and round, and then across to at least this dude here. Then down past this dude, round. Hopefully you can get past some of them. No, you have to go down there, round and down. I've got lost in my own maze. So you come to this guy, down and down and down and down and down and round, down. How the hell do you get over there? Right, you get to this guy, round, down, past that one. Avoid that one if you can. Again, past that one, down and round, 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 and then you get to there. Sony revealed in their latest earnings call that the PlayStation has tallied over $4 billion from porting landmark games to Xbox and PC. Wow, Amazing. Right, so then we get down to there. Can we remember what we were in here for? Oh yeah, we're in here for a password. The password is not up here. The password is written in the temple that's underneath there. That's where we're going. So, inside the pyramid, and then new level, below the pyramid. This is an inside one. Autoplay background music. Put it about there. Pitch it right down a bit. Oh, that's good. I like that. Yes, we'll go for that one. Autoplay background sounds. Darkness. Yep. Turn the volume right down, but pitch it up a bit. Oh, yes. There we go. Battle back for this one will be, let's go for, oh, no, that's not it. Ruins. Yes. Stone and ruins. There we go. Right, there we are. Right. Okay. We're also going to need it bigger than that. I need this a lot bigger. Edit. So width is going to be, let's say, 60 and height 20. Okay. Yes. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. This thing is going to be huge, and that's the point. So the whole thing should now be covered in sand, if we can do it. Where's some sand? There's got to be some sand, surely. Got to be a bit of sand. Where's some sand? Maybe there isn't. Okay, well, let's create some really dark, dank, ruinous ruins. I like that. Yeah, that would work for... Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, that could work. Right, yeah, that'll work. Right, we need to be off in the corner. So, where's the ruin? Where's the thing I just picked? There. Okay. We're going to need on top of that a different thing. So that combined with that would be nice. But we can't do that. Okay. Right. Here's the top of the wall. That's going to be there. And then we're going to have this as the main part of it. Yes. And then occasionally we'll dot in one of these so that it looks broken up. That's how we're going to do this. And then we need stairs so we can go back up. And that's what these are for. There we go. There's our stairs. Oh, we need some ground, don't we? We need a lot of ground. That's not good. No. How's this? Yeah, that works. That works. Okay, so we need some stairs. Where's the stairs? Just the one. Okay, that works. Right, let's do this. So let's create an event. Quick event creation transfer to inside the pyramid. Put it there. Okay. Direction. Sure. No. Oh, hang on. No, you don't want to retain the direction. Would be up. Okay. And then we go back to this one. When we go to this, quick event creation transfer to below the pyramid. There, okay, and the direction should be left. Okay. Now we have broken one of the cardinal rules because that's the wrong way around. So we need to change to that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Right, there we go. Okay, go back to below the. There we go. So this is our area where stuff is. We're now going to have to create another maze, which will put us into a giant chamber over here, essentially. So I need that one again. Where is that one? Where did I find that? There, that's that, isn't it? Yes. Yes. Is that maze full of dead ends? Oh yes, that is full of dead ends. Don't worry about it. I have made sure that there are many, many, many dead ends in that maze, and they're all for horrible, horrible, horrible reasons, because I am a git. Essentially, that's what it comes down to. Right. Oh, look at that. Now we've got holes in the floor and everything. There we go. This place is messed up, man. Messed up. So we're going to need some space. And also, I'm going to need to make sure that we can actually roam around. Set starting position for player. Save. Before we go any further, make sure that this room is actually usable. Let's do this. Thanks, game. Brilliant, brilliant work of actually generating the screen. New game. Oh yeah. And I've done the entire thing in floor apparently, so that's fantastic. So that's floor, and so is that. Now I'm on the walls and I can walk around. This is why we test things. So I managed to make an entire room out of floor. Frickin' hell. Right, can I overwrite it with something else? How the hell did I manage that? Well, that's got no. Looks a bit like Undertale. I need to play Undertale. I really do. That's not good either. So this should work. I've got. Why? Oh, right. There we go. That's proper walling. That's proper walling. Do we have anything that goes over that with cracks and stuff? No. Oh, that's a shame. But it does appear to be proper walling, which is good. Can I shade it? Yes. Undertale's a fun game, would make a good stream. Yeah, I played a little bit of it. When I first picked it up a while back, I picked it up and I tried the first area, and it seemed quite good. So we'll see how it goes from there. Right, save this. Now test whether I've actually put some walls in this time. RPG Maker technically runs on Mac, not very well. There you are. Right, I can now. Okay, there we are. Right. So that's going to work. We're now in an area where we can actually use the resources we have. So, this is what we need, isn't it? Yeah. Now going to have to draw the chamber. I want the actual royal chamber that we're trying to get to, and it's going to be decorated very differently. So, let's go for this. Making it look interesting by having it in a funny shape. What the hell? How did I do that? That was weird. Right. Right, there we do. What did I just pick? What was it? Oh, yes. Now that looks terrible. Where is the... It kind of works. Actually, that works nicely. Yeah, we'll use this. This is the Royal Burial Chamber, and it's shaped weirdly so that people will ask what it's about. Now we can say it's shaped like something mystical that you wouldn't understand. You don't know, do you? You don't know what it is. Of course I know. I just don't know if you know. Of course I don't know. That's why I asked you. That kind of thing, and we'll make a joke out of it. So it's designed to look weird, essentially. Right. Let's put in a nice floor. That is not a nice floor. That is a horrible floor. That is a floor made out of weirdness, and I don't like it. Oh, that could work. That could really work. Yeah. Right, there you go. There's the chamber. So let's completely decorate it with stuff. Yeah, it's got nice bits on it and stuff like that. That looks like a shower curtain. Kind of does, doesn't it? Oh dear, that really does. There we go. Right, we need some banners on the walls, of course. There we are. Any more that we need? No, there's no real banners anywhere, are there? A big map of the world. Let's put a map somewhere. Nowhere to put one because we put all these up. That's a shame. Okay, we need some thrones. Oh, that's interesting. It got rid of the background. So I'll put... There we are. We'll have a coffee table in between them or something. Do we have a coffee table? There's got to be a coffee table. Yeah, it's kind of one. There. No. One with a crystal ball. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. This looks good. Hi, gamers. Sorry, hi, Games Master Ghetto. How you doing, man? Right, where's a sarcophagus? We need a sarcophagus. Because, of course, the royal dude isn't sat up and walking about, is he? Can I put that about here? Oh yeah. Okay, that's good. Right, let me just grab that. Yes. Yes. And yes. Oh, I'm doing okay, thanks. Right, we've got a book now. Scrolls. Nope. Nope. It's terrible. It's terrible. Can we have just a book sat somewhere? Kind of works. No. Nothing fits on these tables. Terrible. Right, I'm sure there's a coffin somewhere, isn't there? Isn't there a coffin in our details? Weird that there isn't. Very weird that there isn't. There must be. How is there not? I'm actually genuinely surprised that there isn't. Oh well. Well, we can sort something out. We can sort something out by adding tools database, tile sets. Inside has all of these. Dungeon C. There we are. That's what we need. So the Dungeon C should have that. Inside, I want to add an extra of that. Apply. Okay. There we are. Right, now we've got it. Here we are. Now we've got all sorts. We can have the other stuff that we wanted. Excellent. This is exactly what I needed. Right. We're going to need the coffin. Right there. And another coffin there. And another coffin there. Right. Oh, this is what we're looking for. Right. Right. This is what we're looking for. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere because we need to put the password on the wall. Otherwise, we can't get into the floating city. And that was the entire point of having this section. Is that what we've been? Yes, it is. Okay. So, yeah, the big... There we go. That's what we need on the wall. That's what we need. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah. This is going to work. This is actually going to work. Oh, how good is that? Okay, but to be able to get to it, you're going to have a big issue of getting to it, you know? Oop, 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 oop. How's my CPU? It's still fine. Everything seems to be working. That's good news. That's good news. Right, save at this point. So now we need a load of stuff just laid around in jars and stuff. What's that? Yeah. Because of course the king is and all of the people, they're going to need their things, aren't they? They're not going to the afterlife without all their stuff. So it's not the things just built up around them. So how are we getting into here? That is the question. I could change that to that, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, redo. Oh, we can't redo. Okay. Well, where's the pillar that I was using? There it is. Like that. Okay. So we're going to have to find a way to get into here, but that's okay. We can work it out. So probably with a transitional piece. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Where is the flooring that? What's the flooring that we're using over here? That's that. Okay. Which one was that? This, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So now we need the stone there. Yes. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Go back to here. Now, if I just draw... Does that look like stairs? Not really, does it? I was trying to get the impression of stairs, but it's not going to work. Right. What if we were to use this as the flooring? No, that looks terrible. That looks terrible. Because I wanted to use this as like stairs, you see. Oh, even better. I've just had an idea. Right, hang on. Right, we need a giant chasm. Seriously, we just need a giant chasm. And it's going to be impossible to pass. Look at that. Look at how chasmic that is. Chasmic. What the frick am I on about? Chasmic. Yeah, it's chasmic, dude. Absolutely frickin' chasmic. Frickin' hell. That's in. Suppose we can get the idea of a chasm without having that border, because we end up with that line. Get rid of that, yes. Now this is going to come down like that. The giant void into nothing. Like that. Right, we'll build up the ground around it. Like that. Yeah, that works. Okay, let's build this up a bit quicker. Ah, yeah, the program is slowing down. What's running in the background? We've closed Photoshop. The only thing we've got running is Steam, but Steam is what runs this, so don't know how I could turn that off. Well, I hope that everything's steady with you guys and that's not causing issues for you. Right, I'm just making this stony as possible, essentially, so that we've got a basis for putting this in. Right, there is our chasm. And then we'll put in the flooring. Where is the flooring? Where's the flooring that I used for in here? There it is. Right, there's the royal area. Here's a chasm. Now I need something that will look like it's going down into it without actually going down into it. Kind of works, doesn't it? Not really, no. It's a shame that we don't have anything. Right, let me just go to this again. Oh, that's brilliant. Let me put that there. And then put the brick back over the top of that one so it looks... Yeah, that looks alright. So there. And then there's nothing there. I love the idea of this. There's like a bit there. That's all we've got. That's all they've got there. Oh, that's cool. That's even better, yeah. Right. let me cover that over again, yeah, and go back to here. So it just sort of ends. There's nothing there. There's just bits of what used to be there. Bits of the ground. I love it. What the? Why is it slowing down so much? This is atrocious. How am I supposed to work with this? Ridiculous. Right. And a bit there. Right. So that looks That looks pretty good. Okay. Oops, no. And that one will be cracked like that. Oh, yes, I like that. Okay, now we need the... Oh! Hang on. Take that out. There. Oh, now that's looking good. Right, now let's bring back in this. There. There we are. And that's all there is of the bridge. So, how do we get there? That's going to be a question for next time, because we're going now to work out how to set up a load of rooms, and each room you have to try and get from here into the next bit, and then that's how it works. Essentially, we're going to have bits that appear and disappear, and that's the whole idea. But that will have to happen next time, because I think by the time I've drawn it, it's not going to be around. We're not going to be able to keep going. So this is the next room, and it's only small. Yeah. There we are. Like that. Yeah. There we go. That's a small room. Need some ground for it. Different cobbles for this one, I think. Just to make it different. And like that. Yeah, that's working. Then we need a load more ideas for rooms. So it's going to be one over here. This one's going to look a bit like a key. Not much like one, but kind of and sort of, and maybe. Kind of works. Yeah, that'll do. It's going to have a different kind of floor. And some of it's going to be cracked. Nope, that's the wrong one. It's this one, isn't it? Yes. There we go. I like it when the floor looks slightly used, you know? Yeah, that looks good. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We need to work out how to get to it, you see. So, where's the one that we're using? Where's the one that we're using? Oh, there it is. All right. That's what it's actually going to look like there. And go for that one again. Yeah. Oh yeah. So you need to get through this, and that's going to be the issue. And then we'll get to an open area with this. But we'll work that out next time once I've drawn the rest of this area. So, there. And let's draw the walling. Like that. That's all we need for that. Now we know where it's going to. And all plastered down, stamped down cobbles so that it looks right. Where's the cobbles for that? No, that's complete. completely wrong. Zone. Yeah. Okay. There we are. Right, that's looking good. And finally, the last little bit. Will be one tiny room there. With different stuff. No, they are the same stones. It's interesting. Huh. Okay. Put these stones in there instead. They look interesting. There we are. Right, that's pretty much it. Actually, we'll finish off with an extra area. We might as well. With these stones as well. Nothing wrong with putting them there, I suppose. There we go. And really badly damaged. So this is what we're going to be working with next time, to work out where we're going and how to cross the bridge. The bridge is broken, but we should be able to work out a way to lash up something to get across it, you know? So we'll see how it works out. Am I leaving us already? I'm tired. I'm going to be stopping at that point, but I'm going to put, because I don't know what to put with the thing, you see. So this is all under the pyramid, remember? It's all underneath. So my point now, my idea now is we've got to work out what is going on this wall, which is an event. It's going to have to be an event. So I need to go back to where it is. The ziggurat. Ah, this is the guy. This is the guy we're talking to. As you approach the door, it speaks. Blah 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 blah. Very well. State the password. If no's floating city password is on. That's all we need. Right. Okay. Yeah. So we need to know the floating city password. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. That was all it was. That was the password. Edit. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Right. Below the pyramid. Right. We now need to do this. Inscription. Show text. Before you stands a huge stone tablet fixed firmly to the wall. Time has not been kind to it, but you can still make out the enough of the words on it to know this is a tablet that is here to tell the reader something. Show choices. Read the tablet. Leave the tablet alone. If we leave the tablet alone, you decide to leave the giant stone tablet you found in an ancient tomb well alone. Probably for the best. If all is. Probably for the best, given what often happens when people read ancient texts they've no knowledge of out loud, like fools. But if we do read the tablet, you begin to read the tablet out loud. Right, this is going to be Bumface. Where's Bumface? There he is. Ibis. House some kind of trophy. Ibis. Cat sitting on a basket. 3 loaves of bread. Hamster. We'll see where we're going with this in a moment. Now, Melody is going to jump in. Where's the cat? Nature. There it is, cat. What are you talking about? Face comes in again. I'm reading this ancient tablet. You're not doing a very good job of it, are you? I couldn't tell if you were reading that wall or reciting a shopping list. What sort of shopping list has a hamster and 2 ibis on it? Then the cat will say, I don't know. I don't like to judge. Well, you like to interrupt. Let me get back to this. Back to reading this tablet. Look, if you're absolutely certain you want to read this wall, it might make some sense to know what you're doing. Can you even read hieroglyph? Can you even read hieroglyphs? Yes or no? Yes. No, you can't. Oops. No, you can't. You just say that in bars to pick up girls. Damn, I forgot you knew. You knew all my moves. It might be worthwhile finding a translation, finding a book to help with your translations. And no, wait, no, as a matter of fact, I can't. To which we will then say the same thing. It might be worthwhile finding a book to help with your translations. Then we will set a self switch A to on. Same over here. Self switch A to on. New event page. And this only works if, oh, cancel, wrong one. If self switch A is on. Nope, delete. That's what we need here. Right. need the same thing again. Before you stands a huge stone tablet. And our choices are... No, don't keep doing that. New event page. Show choices. Read the ancient. Or leave the ancient tablet alone. Okay. And again, we're going to take the bit from leave the tablet alone here. And put it there. Right. We've changed the text. You move that, Melody gets to hiss and spit at Captain Bumface at times. That would be a good idea. We've changed the text. So when we first encounter it, it's read the tablet. On the second encounter, it's read the ancient tablet. So that we know that the switch is switched. So let's move our guy to here. Let's start position for player. And save. And press play. And it's crashed. Come on. Here we go. Okay. We're going to have to solve that. It's easy enough to solve. Priority is same as characters. Save that. Go back in. Right, we can't walk up this wall. Nope, it's crashed again. Right, here we go. Now we can't walk up. Before you stands a huge stone tablet fixed firmly to the wall. Time has not been kind to it, but you can still make out enough of the words on it to know this is a tablet that is here to tell the reader something. Read the tablet or leave the tablet alone. Okay, there we go. So, ignore. I've just realised that that can't be a self switch. That has to be a standard switch. 32, which will be need translation book. Okay, there we go. So this switch can't be just switch to a self switch. To delete that and delete that. And the reason for that is simple. We need to be able to switch both sides of the tablet at once so that when a character decides to pick one, then we know what to do. We know what we're looking for. Need translation book on. Okay, there we go. There we are. So now, when I copy it to there, once we finish that text in there, we'll know both sides. And that's all that's about. Right, let's go back in. Right, if we want to read the ancient tablet, we now need to check. Conditional branch, there it is. If inventory item includes 46, else. If party has 46. Now we need to set 46, tools, database. Items 46. A translation guide. A book helping archaeologists translate the ancient hieroglyphs of the Tutti Frutti people to modern. To of the Tutti Frutti to modern tongues. There we go. That will do. Right, we need a book icon. That will do there. Ooh, that one looks even better. Yes, let's go for that one. Okay. This is a key item with a price of 2,000. It is not consumable. You can't eat it. Well, technically, you could eat a book. Good for fiber, but we don't want that. Okay, there we go. Right. And now I've got a weird symbol. Okay, but it seems to still be working. That's fine. If the party has a translation guide, else you still can't read. You still can't read the ancient hieroglyphs. Going away and coming back later has not helped, so perhaps you should try finding a book to help you translate. Got to be worth a try. I like crap like that. It's just funny. If the party has a translation guide, show text. Okay, let's see now. We need to fade the screen out. Wait for frames. For a second. No, I want like half a second. Fade the screen back in. Bottom face will say, so an ibis next to a bowl of fruit means that I've got the book, this book upside down. And then fade the screen out again. Bottom face. No, let's have the cat. Look, it's very simple. Hamster plus bag of assorted shoes means what the hell could a hamster plus a bag of shoes mean? Beginning, right? Bonface is going to say, how can a bag of shoes and a hamster mean beginning? You're just making this up. Which the cat will say, I assure you, I'm not the person who thought of this was far more ridiculous than I ever could be. And fade in and fade out. Eureka! No, don't update regularly. Licking yourself clean isn't bathing. It's just covering yourself in a layer of spit. We'll get to the translation in a moment. Touche, Captain. Anyway, I think I've got it. This, if I translated it correctly, is the password needed for the floating city. For the ancient and mystical floating city. To which the cat will say huzzah, because the cat is from a 1920s book. Huzzah! What is the password? Text. Up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right, B, A, start. Are you sure you translated that right? Absolutely. I've checked it 3 times and that's what it seems to say. Just seems a bit weird, that's all. Well, you'd never guess it, would you? And that's what makes a good password. Fair enough, let's go. That's all I'll say. Fair enough. Let's get out of here. And then we set the switch, control switches of, oh, we were going to have all the passwords, weren't we? That didn't happen. Learns of floating, knows floating city password. There we go. Okay. Okay. And there we are. So we can learn the password. Not bad. We'll work out how to get over this. I think we're going to have to lash some sort of bridge together or something like that. And then we can have that to work. Have we got any like rope icons that we could use? Not really. I mean, we've got this, but that's not quite the same. We'll work something out. There'll be a way to do it. Almost certainly there's a way to do it. We'll work it out. But yeah, that's going quite well for us now, so I'm very happy with that. And now that we've done that, we can copy that to there, and it doesn't matter which side you stand on and which side of the wall gets set. We can work from it. So there we go. All right, I think that's a good place to stop as any. So I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. I think tonight's gone quite well. In terms of progress, we're really getting there, guys. We're really starting to make something of this show. Not show, of this game. So I'm very, very happy. And I'm just going to move my camera. Yeah, that works better. Right, I'm just going to say thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. We've got something going together. Your prediction was full accurate today. Yeah, the software tends to crash, doesn't it? But I'm really enjoying this. It's coming together now. We're getting something. It's a daft game. It won't take that long. Although it's taken us over a year to create it, it's not going to take that long to actually complete it when you're playing. which is what I want, because I don't want a daft game about a talking cat and a guy called Bumface to outstay its welcome, you know. But it's coming together, and I'm really enjoying it, and I hope you are too. And we're even starting to get some of our own graphics in there, because that's a fun thing too. But for now, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again on Monday, unless I do an impromptu stream over the weekend. I don't know whether I'll have time, because I really want to start doing some work on some of the other channels, and we'll see how it goes from there. But until next time, I've been Zoe Kirk Robinson. You've been watching GameHammer. I'll leave you with the outro, which says thank you to our Patreon peeps for keeping the lights on and helping us out with the show. So if you want to join them, it's the link just there. But if you don't, or you can't, that's perfectly fine too. A like, a comment, subscription, all of that's all free, and it really helps us out. But until then, take care, happy gaming, bye for now. Bye. I'd like to give a big shout out to everyone who supports me on Patreon. Without you guys, I really couldn't continue making all of these shows. And if you'd like to join our fantastic Patreon heroes here, go over to patreon.com/Zoe Kirk Robinson. It really does help us out. Thank you so much, guys.